With an average of 5% growth per annum over a decade, Africa is a continent of great opportunities.
Amsco is the African Management Services Company. Amsco was set up by the International Finance Corporation of the World Bank, together with the African Development Bank and UNDP, the United Nations Development Programme.
We've got more than 25 years experience in human capital development, where we provide human capital skills to organizations. We work with private sector organizations, we work with government institutions, we work with development organizations. By being able to convene them, we find the best solutions to make sure that Africa's human capital is developed for prosperity. Amsco Services is classified under three broad categories. The first one being talent management, the second is training and development, and the third one is development and advisory solutions.
Amsco's role is building sustainable and inclusive business. We see business as critical, central, and catalytic. To enhance this, Amsco believes in pulling parts of the ecosystems together to achieve economic and social development goals, at the same time taking care of the environment. Amsco develops partnerships with business and regulators to increase growth and build capacity.
We work with our partners, mostly development finance institutions, bilateral donors and multilateral donors, and then we look at the needs in the market, what are they trying to address in terms of a development issue, and jointly either package the solution and then work with them to implement.
In this case, because the Field Engineering is the only trailer manufacturing company in Zambia, the skills are scarce. So we provided funds to train local staff with the hope that over the period of our intervention, we leave behind skilled local staff who can emulate and take on the work of the experts that we bring into the company.
We needed to expand in terms of healthcare and insurance, and we had to look for a resource from outside. And that's why we went to Amsco to try and give us the depth we needed in running that operation.
I got into AI Uganda in late 2008, and the Amsco mandate to me was extremely clear that you need to get in their mark, look at the people, train them, because you needed to build in local capacity.
There's an African saying that says, if you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, go together. So we have a simple approach to partnerships, and that is that we partner and work with organizations or institutions that have got similar approaches than what we have in terms of human capital development, people development, firstly, and secondly, that are reputable.
Amsco's impact has been considerable. Where we've had occasion to measure, the results speak for itself. The Kenyan government required a study to be carried out by an independent consultant. The period of the study, which was a period of 4 years, we ignored VAT for that study. It's just increased corporate taxes and increased PAYE taxes. The benefits that are accrued to the project were in the regions of 360 million Kenyan shillings, which you can look at as the contribution from the government to the project. It got back 2.4 billion Kenyan shillings.
The key economic sectors for Amsco: agriculture, finance, education, and add into that tourism and the hospitality sector as well. We're involved in that because those are the biggest economic drivers on the continent at this stage.
In Kenya, we're working with a company called Amsco that combines mobile technology with renewable energy. They lease solar-powered lights to their customers who pay them over a period of time. So currently, in 2.5 years, Amsco has over 150,000 customers.
Amsco is passionate about Africa. We are pursuing intervention opportunities in fragile states in the following ways: job creation through private sector interventions for both formal and informal sectors, skills development for the unskilled and semi-skilled, especially youth and ex-combatants, who can then be deployed in productive industries, which will, in the long run, reduce violence, support intervention mechanisms in alignment with government priorities. Economic and social development cannot be achieved without recognizing the role of women in business. To this end, In partnership with the African Development Bank, Amsco is managing the implementation of the Growth-Oriented Women Enterprises GOWI program. This not only seeks to formalize women-owned businesses, but also helps them grow through imparting skills for better business practice.
At the time of doing the GOWI program, I had a staff of 8. And since then, one of the changes that we made was that we had to open another branch in the city center. And my staff went up to 12. And one of the beauty of that particular branch is that we were able to break even the first month. And our turnover has grown by 19%.
When I went for the first GOWI training, I was running a business, and at that time we were doing a turnover of about 100,000 US dollars. Then came the idea of a vertical acquisition, and now in terms of value of business, I have moved to $1 million US dollars in terms of turnover.
In the last 3 years, we had 3 clinics, and currently we have 7. By the end of this year, we'll be having 10 clinics and then also improve on the capacity of services we can offer.
If you look at the number of employees in Uganda, we used to have less than 50, and I think now we are heading towards 200.
By the time that we completed our intervention, the company was contributing significant amounts of corporate taxes in excess of 300 million Ugandan shillings.
The importance of leadership cannot be understated. It opens up so many doors. What Amsco offers, in my honest opinion, is that opportunity. Because the continent is far, but the opportunity is great. But we also need to be hungry enough to realize that opportunity, and that's what Amsco helps us bring to the table.